Tools of Science. As we investigate science, we will rely on a variety of tools. Some of the more basic tools and their functions will be presented in this video. Your task is to view each item while learning the identity of each by name and describe its basic function. Students are expected to write these names in their notebook, make a sketch of each tool, and also include a brief description of each function. Knowing these tools by name and function will allow you to better attend to future lab activities that we will be conducting during this course. Utilize the video control buttons to start, pause, and rewind the video as needed. So let's begin. This tool should be familiar to most people. It is appropriately called a meter stick and is used to measure distance. The micrometer also measures distance, but can do so on a much smaller scale. The calipers can be used to measure distance across odd-shaped objects and also the internal diameter of a cylinder. The thermometer is usually a liquid-filled tube of glass in which the liquid expands as temperature increases. Thus, it is used to measure temperature. Other types of thermometers are available in the form of electronic probes or infrared detectors. Graduated cylinders are used to measure liquid volume and are made in a wide variety of sizes. Shown here are 10, 50, and 100 milliliter graduated cylinders. The property of mass is the amount of matter in an object. It is measured using the balance scale. The triple beam balance or the electronic balance may be used. Weight, or any other type of force, may be measured using a spring scale. These tools of measurement will be discussed in greater detail in another video. There are other tools that are used during scientific study that are useful for purposes that do not involve measurement. A beaker is a container that is used to hold solids or liquids. It may be made of glass or plastic. Although it has volume markings on its side, these markings only approximate the volume and should not be used for measurement purposes. Beakers are typically available in a variety of sizes that may range from 50 milliliters up to 1,000 milliliter capacity. Note that the shape of the beaker is uniform in diameter from top to bottom, and there is a pouring spout at the top. A flask is similar to a beaker except that it narrows at the top. This allows for liquids to be easily swirled without spilling them. This particular shaped flask is known as an Erlenmeyer flask. A hot plate is used to heat substances. The liquid substance is placed in a glass beaker or flask, which is then placed on top of the hot plate. The level of temperature is controlled by a dial on the front side. The thermal glove is worn on the hand to allow heated objects to be picked up. Note that its insulation property is diminished when it becomes wet. Therefore, it is vitally important to keep the glove dry. Eye goggles are another safety device that should be worn anytime hazardous chemicals are being used, something is being heated or burned, sparks are possible, or any procedure is being conducted that could potentially harm the eyes. The test tube clamp is useful in picking up hot test tubes. Squeezing the clamp will release the test tube. Therefore, it should not be held too tightly. The Petri dish is a container with top and bottom halves that are separate from each other. The top half has a larger diameter and surrounds the bottom half when placed over it. Culture specimens may be placed inside and easily covered in order to prevent the specimen from escaping and to prevent contamination by other organisms such as bacteria from the surrounding environment. A plastic weighing dish is often used to hold small amounts of substances when measuring. A funnel is a glass or plastic cone-shaped tool used to pour liquids into small opening containers such as a flask. Forceps, also known as tweezers, can be used to pick up and hold small objects. The pipette is a glass tube that can accurately measure small volumes of liquid. It is used in conjunction with a device known as a pipetter, which is designed to rapidly draw and release the liquid in the pipette. The white wheel on the side of the pipetter is turned up in order to draw in the liquid and spun down to expel it. The plunger at the top and the long white lever on the side are also used for rapid release of the liquid. The test tube rack has appropriately sized holes to hold test tubes in an upright position. Test tubes can also be cleaned and turned upside down to allow them to dry. The Bunsen burner produces a flame for heating or burning substances. The hose connects the burner to the gas outlet jet. Take care to tie back hair and to not reach over a flame. The ring stand provides a stable platform to which equipment may be attached. A ring is secured to the metal pole and a wire gauze square can be placed on top of the ring so that a beaker of a substance may be heated by a Bunsen burner below. Also shown here is a clamp that is useful for supporting test tubes, thermometers, or other small diameter items. On the left in this picture is a pair of crucible tongs, while on the right is a pair of beaker tongs. The crucible tongs may be used to grasp and pick up objects. The beaker tongs are designed to grab hold of the beaker so that it can be safely moved when it is too hot to handle. The medicine dropper is used to transfer liquids one drop at a time. Remember that you will be tested over this material. Review it often for best results. Study well.